That's it, especially the Wrekroom.
Shout out to the Wrekroom. We in this
Come on, man. We at the Wrekroom.
Hello, everyone. This is your boy Soto Richie,
This is your boy OG Manny B.
and we are the Wrekroom.
Hey, and
We
today,
usually do something back and forth.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Been a bit nervous today because damn, we're gonna give you some high level shit today. So I'm really excited.
Definitely.
Very interesting people
have some
we
special
got next
guests,
to us
well, special guests
and behind me.
Definitely.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a
And
good
we'd
one.
like you to introduce yourself, my guy.
Go ahead, man.
What's going on, everybody? What's up, Wrekroom? All y'all wreckers out there, stuff you call your fans. You call them wreckers.
Call 'em
you
like
rumors, wreck rumors.
Jabronis.
Jabronis. The jabronis. I can't raise the eyebrow. I always wish I could do that. No, I can't. I don't know what it is. My motor skills are just not where they need to be. They're not where they need to be. But yeah, what's up, everybody? My name is Tim White, short for Timothy, obviously. And
I'll just speak loudly to the mic, please.
oh yeah, I was speaking to the mic. Yeah,
Good,
we all
good.
gotta make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But
It's all
yeah,
good.
so Timothy White, born in South Carolina, currently living in Texas, and basically what I do for a living is I help people. The biggest thing I just want to focus on right now is I actually have an anime clothing store that I'm looking to get some traction behind. So if you guys are watching this, animeapparelstore.com. Again, animeapparelstore.com, all one word. I'll put out a special discount code just for you guys. It'll be Wrekroom, one word, and it'll give you 50% off.
Yo, you hear that, folks? We'll actually have that under in description as
Yeah.
well, and we'll put it in the have a little quotation as you said that. But thank you for coming on, man. Honestly.
Oh, I don't know, quick intro for the man in the back as well.
Oh yeah.
What's going on, man? My name is DZ. Just call me DZ the Architect. You'll find me in my Instagram, wordofmouthproductions.com. That's right here, the hats and all that good stuff. That's the hat I'm wearing and all that. We got hats, we got other merchandise, and joggers, jackets, the whole nine. I'm actually a psychologist and a consultant, so I do life coach, relationships, etc. and so forth. So that's my thing. Actually live out here in Phoenix. You might see me around, you might not, but just shout us out. Just hit me up.
Stay tuned because he will be back.
Yes.
I also forgot that too. I have Instagram, so my personal Instagram is going to be taxfreetim, one word, and then for the clothing store is going to be anime.apparelstore. So those are the IGs for those.
Yes,
Tap
sir.
in definitely, yo.
Yes, Ersky, tap in. So basically, in other words, you would say you would consider yourself like a coach, right? A financial coach, or in a way, or entrepreneur. What would you?
Entrepreneur.
What would be your title?
Entrepreneur 100%, but my title, man, is not really as important as what I actually do for people. So I really take pride in the fact that I can find people where they are and either connect them, provide something where they can get bridged to a solution. But that's really what I like to do. I work with people with whatever it might be to help them connect to the solution, find a solution, discover it, whatever it might be. So that's what I do.
Okay.
Nice. And just to give you a little bit more context, I actually know bro because bro in the back plugged me in with him. So shout out to him. It's kind of a long story, but long story short, when I met bro back in 2021, I met DZ back in 2021. Bro, we started off as complete strangers, but like little by little, we just had like small micro conversations. And bro was literally just giving me game every step of the way, and like it was really enlightening. It was a whole different way that I saw the world, especially with money, especially where we come from. Like money is like a scarcity to us, and one thing led to another. He eventually put me on with bro. And bro even gave me some more insightful information that like rarely people my age would have come across from. And it was just really insightful, really thoughtful, bro. And bro always it reminds me like, hey, I'm a resource. I can plug you in with anything. So it's I sometimes I forget about that, especially when we're doing something like this and as we're gaining traction as time goes on. So like bro like really knows his stuff. I know he's always one phone call away, someone who can really rely on. And it's funny because this morning I saw a quote where it says, when you come across successful people, some people treat it as a threat, but in reality, it's like a blessing. So it's like, that's who I thought of you. I was like, yo, like this is some real insightful shit, right?
Yo, thank you, man. I appreciate that. And just the most important thing about that is I'm 32, so I'm still relatively young myself. You're
24.
You are?
28.
So the best thing about this for me is I started my nonprofit. It's called the El Paso Chivalry Club, and we mentor young men and things like that because at 32, if I knew what I knew today when I was 28, my life would be completely different. If I knew what I knew today at 24, I would have been on top of the world. So I really congratulate you two young men for even creating situations like this and getting these people onto your platform to share the information that y'all are finding. So that's the most important part about this.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And like we said, it comes a long way, but so far, I mean, it's been paying off slowly but surely. So
We're actually glad to have you on our journey as well.
yeah, man. Thank you for sure. And also a big thank you for inviting me to the conference yesterday, the
was
Summit
amazing.
Conference hosted by Tab Pierce. You'll be seeing them come along. But yeah, man, that was like really. I know we got there late, but we got there just in time to hear the last speaker who was dropping bombs after bombs. So it was just like,
very
yo,
inspirational.
we came literally
enlightening.
like divine timing in a way, you can say.
That was perfect. So what are we getting into on the podcast? What's the party?
So today, man, we're gonna get a little bit about you.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna give us some game, but we do got some questions. So like,
So what I want to ask, actually, I want to get into. So what did you start? What humble beginnings?
All right. So born and raised in Marion County, South Carolina, Mullins specifically, and just a non-traditional but traditional chaotic family. In fact, I'm 12 years younger than my older brother, 10 years younger than my sister.
How many siblings?
So, God, it's going to be terrible. So I have more than 2 siblings because my father also has kids outside of my mom.
Oh.
And I love them. I just don't keep track of them. So I can't honestly say that number. But, you know, for the ones that I grew up with closely is 2 of them.
2?
So
Okay.
my older brother and then my sister, of course. And even though it's just a generic story of just chaos and dysfunction in rural minority communities, I think what was most unique about it was that my mother was always predispositioned for some type of mental illness. She had paranoid schizophrenia, and through the traumas of her going through the divorce and abuses with my father, it turned her into a completely different human. So the mom that raised my brother was athletic. She was a model. Took him to D.C., made sure he was the best Boy Scout in the world and everything. But the mother that raised my sister was starting to get into the mental illness, so she was a little more reactive, she was just as caring, but she wasn't able to be as involved. And then 10 years later, the mother that I get is a complete shell of who she was in the past. So with that, it created a unique situation with how I was raised and how I grew up. I had to worry about my mom wearing shades to school, saying that the government has cameras in her eyes. That's fucking embarrassing, man.
That's
what
wild,
the
bro.
fuck? Like,
That's wild.
yeah, you know, just wild shit like that. And she did her best, of course, but hindsight 2020, there were some things that could have been different, but my story is pretty much the same for a lot of minorities out there.
All right. And how was school? Going to school?
So I went to school in Marion for a while. I went to Easterling Elementary, super country school. I remember getting paddled there.
Ooh.
I would still get paddled at
Still
Easterling
enforced.
Elementary.
man.
So after that, during the divorce, my mom and dad, so I went from the country to the projects. It's fucking upgrade.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Upgrade.
Right? Just won the lottery there. So this first school I went there in Columbia was AC Moore. And this was my first time where I really was like, you know, in Mullins you see black people, you see white people, and that's it. And in Columbia, kind of the same thing, just black and white people. But we had a friend's name was Jerry Wu. Jerry, if you see this, what's going on, my boy? And he was like the first Asian kid that I ever met in my life. And he was so cool, man. I met my boy D. Coop. Met so many people from AC Moore that are still my friends to this day.
Long-lasting friends, shit.
Yeah, man, yeah. And that's the best thing about it. Good people remain in touch. They all grow up. We've all elevated. Everyone has their own stories, and I really love that. From there, Meadowfield, Kane Middle. I don't remember seeing my first Hispanic students until middle school, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
So middle school, man, and Yeah, it's crazy. It's just growing up in the South like that. It's just diversity was rare.
So how was it in like going into high school? What was your passion going into high school?
Dude, going into high school,
Like you played any sports, any of that?
my mom was a chemical engineer. So growing up as a kid, most people have Legos and shit. I was playing with molecule sets.
That's wild because back in the day, those ones were
molecule
like,
atom sets, yo.
those ones were dangerous.
So that's what I was fucking playing with, and she would teach you all types of nerd shit. Like I never forget one day and this is elementary school, and I'm in class, and the teacher's like, "Oh, what temperature does water freeze? 32 degrees." And I'm like, "Well, no, actually, on the Kelvin scale, it freezes at 0." Blah, blah, blah. What the fuck? Like, goddamn, right? You know, some nerdy shit like that. But you know, going to the high school experience, I always I thought that I was gonna be an architect because that's what my mom wanted me to be. She was like, "You're gonna be the architect in the family. You're gonna be this. You're gonna be that," and she would fucking make me do math homework on the weekend. Like I would have a little desk. She would have math books, and I would have to do X amount of math problems before I could play the game, go outside, all types of shit. So that either cultivates a genius or it breeds hatred, and I started hating that shit. Like she would make me practice drawing and all this. I felt like, or it's 2023. I'm gonna get y'all canceled. Goddamn. You know how all those jokes where they say you torture the Asian kids, they got to kneel on the rice and learn. That's what I felt like. I felt like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
She was trying to build a scholar, man.
yeah, and I hated all of that shit. It made me resentful towards formal education. It made me not want to draw. It made for damn sure I was like, I'm not going to be an architect. So I just started doing random shit to be rebellious because I knew I just didn't want that type of structure.
Could eventually those math problems pay off, or like did they not?
I wish I could say they could, but calculators always pay off. If you know how to use a good calculator, it'd be A-OK, my brother.
Hey.
A-OK.
Hey, I'm with you on that. I'm not really good at math, to be honest with you. So, hey, I'm not. I hope I put my faith in the calculator as well.
Oh, you got to. You got to. TI, 80, whatever, will never let you
Nah,
down.
Casios were better. Casios were better.
Man, imagine beef between Casio and TI's. Like,
Oh God.
You remember the old blue calculators, like the small? You guys probably don't remember it. You probably remember it, but you remember the small one? That one was.
I remember writing
crazy.
boobs on the calculator. I remember I used to know the math problem that you would put in order to make it spell boobs, like boob list, all of that. We thought we was really lit with that shit. Boobs on the calculator.
Check this out, bro.
Terrible, man. Terrible.
No, yeah, that's wild, man. And it's also astonishing how you got pushed
Scholarly.
Yeah, scholarly and scholastically.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing is, and this, so I'm a co-author of a book. It's called Brand Sharks Volume 2. It's with one of my good buddies. His name was Ruben Alvarez. He invited me to co-author this book. And in my chapter, I likely speak about new advances in psychology, right? So, and what made it important to me was when I looked at my family. So I have about, I want to say, 12 or 13 aunts and uncles. And they all were raised with the same abuse, rape, mistreatment, violence, and all of this. But they all each have different outcomes in life. So it wasn't the environment that determined how far they got, how successful they were. It wasn't the nurturing that they got. It was actually decisions that they chose to make when given the opportunity to do something different. So even with all the adversity that I went through and hating school and formalized everything, there were teachers that I listened to because I knew deep down inside I want to be different. Julie Lumpkin, she was one of my favorite teachers. Timothy Moultrie, Sarah Seaman Wynn. Jesus, who else did I just really... I think, well, you know, not to disrespect any other teacher, but those were just by far the three easiest, most influential people in my life. And I just knew that I wanted to listen to them. Even though I was fucking failing their classes because I wasn't turning in work and shit, you know? like you know, Miss Seaman, if you ever... I don't know how I passed Latin. I didn't turn shit in. I didn't turn shit in. You know what I'm saying? So, But she got me through. She got me out of there. And Miss Julie Schuler, for sure. Miss Julie Schuler. But I just knew that they were good people and they had stuff they could teach me. So even if I wasn't hitting the books and paying attention to the homework, I was paying attention to the lessons and the things that they told me and they taught me. And that's what really made the biggest difference.
I feel that. I had a couple teachers like that. I'd shout out to Mr. Warden. I've seen this. He was my math teacher. I mean,
let's share this.
Yeah.
When this drops, I'm making sure I'm tagging all of those teachers in here. If they get to that part, holy shit, man.
No, yeah, definitely.
At least I like y'all. Excuse the language. I love y'all.
No, yeah, you guys are helpful as hell, man.
Yes, sir.
Getting
Shout
us
out to
through a
all the
lot.
good teachers out there. Man, so like right around what time like did you feel like there was a shift where you're like you started becoming known to like certain information as like, okay, this is something I want to do, something I want to follow up on, like right around what time and like how was it for you?
Dude, honestly, that shift happened for me when I was 28, man. I had been going through the motions so long. So after high school, I was going to go to college, right? I played the cello. I was very good. I was selected to go tour Europe. I played at the Kennedy Center, all types of amazing accolades with this instrument. And I wanted to be part of the South Carolina Philharmonic. Like, dead ass, I was auditioning actively. I was already part of the Junior Philharmonic. I was like, yo, I'm going to take music because I love music, like, so much. But I have a best friend whose name I won't disclose. I'll disclose everybody else.
We can bleep
except
it for
for
you.
this guy.
We can bleep it for you.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. But like this was my ride or die, and I just remember he's like, yo, I was like, yo, I'm gonna go to college and try this out. So I enrolled in college, and I'll never forget, dude. The first day I get to college, I go into class and I meet two of the most interesting people in my life. First dude I met, his name was Lavelle Marshall, and he's a set of twins. Dude right now is a professional fighter that tours the world, and he lives in countries. So right now he's been living in Inner Mongolia for about 4 years, practicing Bach at the highest level. Before that, he was living in China doing Sui Chow, like all types of stuff. So I meet this guy. So I'm sitting behind him, and there's this white chick that's like 2 rows over, and she pasty red hair, which happens to be my type. It's weird. And I have the weirdest saying about it, right? And I'll never forget, I told the first red-haired girl this. I was like, you know how you know gingers belong with black guys? Because if you rearrange the letters in ginger, it spells oh, my God.
That's
Oh,
pretty
my
funny.
God. Oh, my God.
Yo,
I was a teenager, man. I was a teenager. Wild time.
Wow.
Wild time,
Big
man.
wow.
Yeah, so I remember this chick, and she passes me a note. And she's like, what are you doing after class? I'm like, this bitch is passing notes and we're adults. And I was like, absolutely nothing. This is the first day of school. I don't know what's going on. So Lavelle sees this. He's like, hey, dude, we're going to be like smoking salvia in my room if you want to come hang out with us at our apartment. I was like, oh, shit. Okay, cool. So I remember I give it back to the chick, and she's like, you want to hook up after class? And I was like, is this what college is like? It's like a movie, yo. But I ended up ducking out on her and going with Lavelle to smoke this fucking salvia in this fucking apartment.
Hey, wow, that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Damn. What year was this?
Dude, I want to say this
That
was like
salvia
2010.
2010?
2010, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, man. This was when Spice was running the streets.
Oh,
That's
shit.
spiggity. Oh, my
Facts.
God.
Big facts.
That shit, man. And I was like, okay, this is college, and I just didn't hit the books. My teachers knew I was good enough. Like that first class, it was sociology. I'll never forget, because I love sociology, and just didn't hit the books. So I was caught up in the bitches and the fun, man. But my best friend was like, yo, I hate college. I'm about to drop out, and I was like, me too, man. What do you want to do?
Damn.
Let's go.
Just like
Yeah,
that.
right? I'm like, yeah, me too, man. What you want to do? So I ended up working at this grocery store called Bilo. I've been working there since high school. Just got some more hours back. And then I just remember, like, my homie, he's talking. He's like, yo, man, like, I don't know what I want to do. I got nothing else. You want to join the Army? And I was like, what? Like, that's the one thing I didn't just automatically say, yeah. I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, man, you want to join the Army? My brother was in the Army at the time. He was a recruiter. So I remember I called my brother. I'm like, yo, like, if we join, like, could we like go to like the same duty stations, all of this shit? He's like, yeah, man. I'll make sure y'all together the whole time. Your whole career, y'all be together. Matter of fact, the Army got a new program. But for the first 4 years, y'all gonna do everything together. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, my boy, the first 4 years. And he's like, bet, okay, we lit.
Boy,
So
your brother sold you.
so there was a program, right? It was called From High School to Flight School. So it's the AFAS. I remember you got to score an 80 on this bitch, and you start off flying helicopters. You start off as a pilot. We fucking went out the night before going ham. We were going. Matter of fact, this is a crazy party where this dude. Were you there where the dude wrecked his Porsche? He wrecked his dad's Porsche. I was in the car. Yo, so it's a house party. It's a house party.
That was the swag surfer thing.
Yes, dog. Yes, dog. Yes.
Swag and
surf. Yes. And this dude is on my Facebook to this day. I'm gonna tag him too. I'm not gonna say his name because he knows.
Yo, this is gonna be a real. Just letting you know.
Like fucking. So we're at this house party. All of us are underage, going crazy. At this time, mind you, I did not drink.
Okay.
I dead ass did not drink until I was like 22, bro.
Oh.
It's like I would go to high school parties, college parties. I would fuck. I would smoke occasionally. Just no alcohol. Just absolutely hate alcohol because it just tasted like shit to me.
Yeah.
True.
So I just never drank. So I remember like he's like, yo, we gotta go make a beer run. And my dad told me not to take his car, but it's you and me. We're gonna take my dad's car. And I'm like, Mind you, he had a nice ass Mustang. His shit was good. He went to take his dad's Porsche. So we hop in there, drop top, convertible, whole 9 yards, and we're just speeding through the back roads, just going ham. And we hit the grocery store. He has a fake ID. We get the beer, hop back in, and he's drinking the beers while we're heading back.
Damn!
Holy shit! You couldn't wait.
And there was like a hairpin curve, and I'll never forget. This man is doing 80 down the street, and this is a residential neighborhood, so you're probably supposed to be going like 35. Yeah. And I remember he just looked at me like this, trying to turn. I was like, we are about to fucking wreck on my side of the car. So, so he motherfucking hit the fucking railing and all this shit.
Oh my god.
And luckily, nothing happened. The car is total. We bounce out. We hit this neighbor's yard. It rolls into a tree. We're both okay.
That shit rolled over?
No, like it's.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Rolled and hit the tree, and I just remember like he has a seatbelt on. I have my seatbelt on. Drunk driving, but still with our seatbelts on. Safety to some extent.
Safety first, ladies and gentlemen.
So his hands are on the steering wheel like this. This dude is white. He's pure white. And he's like, yo, my dad is gonna fucking kill me. And I'm sitting there like, yo, we could have just died. And like my man, like he's in tears, just like, yo, my dad's gonna fucking kill me. Neighbors come out, they're like, yo, what's going on? We'll call the police.
No.
And he's like, yeah, we'll call the police. So she goes back in. He's like, we gotta run, dude. We gotta run back to my house. What? So we left the car. We grabbed the beer. We run back to his house. Drop the beer off. Everyone has to leave, obviously, because he has to call his dad and shit. But I was like, God damn, what a time to be alive. But anyway, that's the night that happened before I had to take the AFAS for the military. And I failed that shit by 1 point, but the ASVAB was the next day. So me and my best friend, we go to test the very next day.
And what is that? Is that like
so the ASVAB is like the test that you got to take to get whatever score, so you can figure out what job you get in the service, right?
Okay.
So I maxed that bitch out. I get the highest score possible.
Damn.
Just the highest score possible. I forgot my best friend was not that bright. So he does not get a good score, but he thinks he does well. So he's like, yo, I think I did good too. I'm like, I did good too. So we go to the recruiter. He looks at our scores, and he's like, okay, cool. He prints it out of paper. It has all the jobs available to me, and gives him a paper all the jobs available to him. So we're reading them shit. I'm looking. I'm seeing words that I don't know what the fuck they mean. I'm seeing like geospatial intelligence analyst, army diver, intelligence, like all the fancy shit. I could have been anything. And then I look on his paper. That shit says infantry, mortar, truck driver, armament repair.
Mortar.
Damn.
They were throwing him in the line.
Damn.
And I was like, hold on, my boy. I'm not doing none of that shit. Like, I'm not doing none of that.
I thought we were gonna be together.
Yeah, no, yo, like that's the moment where I knew shit was gonna go left. because we didn't have any of the same jobs. And I'm like, I'm not doing none of that, bro.
And they're not letting him do that.
Yeah, they were not going to let him do what I was doing.
And
I was not going to do what he was going
They
to do.
were. They'll never let him do it. He's too intelligent.
Bro,
Oh my God.
I was just like, holy shit. So at that point, shit went left. But we was already too deep. And I had to think about it. So it was like one more slot left for Army Diver School. Oh, yeah, I was on the swim team, dog. Like, I used to swim like a dolphin. I actually have scoliosis because I had a dolphin fin. And they had to remove it. Oh, my God, my dolphin fin was amazing. I used to,
This man's like he's like a dolphin
I used to
slash
fuck
You
it
Michael
up.
Phelps in
I
there.
was destroying racial stereotypes every single day in that pool. Every single fucking day in that pool. Butterfly, breaststroke, I was the man. But anyway, yeah, so I was like, yo, I want to go to Army Diver School. I thought I was going to do that. And I was like, he was like, yo, you got to sign up now. The slots are getting filled. And I was like, nah, man, I'm going to wait with, I was going to say his name. I'm going to wait with old boy, and we'll figure it out tomorrow. So then we go back the next day. Armament repair, of course, is still open because no one fucking wants to do that. But everything I want to do was filled. So I had to take intelligence analyst, which was cool, man. It was cool. But yeah, that's what happened right after college, and boom. And I got lucky in there. Every contract I had was 2 years and 1 year. I met an amazing gentleman named Darren Bovia. Right now, he's the head of security at the Pentagon.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the State Department, I believe. It's one of those places in D.C. But I know I'm gonna tag him in this too, man. Darren, you were definitely one of the most influential people in my life, dog. And they helped me do all types of stuff, man. I was my main focus was supporting the U.S. Embassy, making sure things went right, daily intelligence summaries, and all types of stuff. So, being a young man, 19 through 26, I was actually helping people make decisions that I saw unfold on the news every single fucking day. So that was amazing.